The Great Pyramids. For years, scientists have studied these great marvels of architecture, and through the years there has been conjecture as to the date and who was responsible for the construction of these great wonders of the world. The Great Pyramids are located in the continent of Africa, in Egypt, in the Great Nile Valley. The construction of the Great Pyramids has been the focus of controversy over many years. Some theories of the construction of the pyramids involve technology provided by an extraterrestrial race. Other, more conventional thoughts, such as Egyptology, place the construction of the pyramids at around 2550 BC for the pharaoh Khufu. Regardless of the specific origin of who built these structures, the more important issue as it relates to the pyramids is where the pyramids were constructed. The placement of each of the stones in the Great Pyramids, each weigh 2 to 2.5 tons, were placed in accordance to a sacred geometry. The term sacred geometry is a term used by archaeologists and anthropologists and geometricians to encompass the religious, philosophical, and spiritual beliefs that have sprung up around geometry in the various cultures during the course of human history. In the case of the Great Pyramid, the geometry of its construction and the shafts, which lead out of the king's chamber, at the time of the construction of the Great Pyramids aligns with the constellation Orion, and the three pyramids aligned with the belt of Orion, as the Egyptians put great emphasis in their society on the cycles of the stars and the sun. The geometry of the Great Pyramids at Giza contains the golden ratio. The golden ratio is approximately 1.61803, which happens to be the ratio of a diagonal of a pentagon to its side. With the height of the Great Pyramid being 146.515 meters and the base 230.363 meters, and by using simple math, the half of the base is 115.182 meters, and the slant height 186.369 meters. Now by dividing the slant height by half of the base gives 1.6180, which is practically equal to the golden ratio, a concept not found until centuries later by the Greeks, yet the pyramids are said to have been built as long as 3000 BC. The existence of this formula in a civilization that was centuries away from its existence is one of the main points of contention in determining the builders of the pyramids. Regardless, if the builders of the pyramids were extraterrestrials, or the great Egyptian civilization that had received handed-down technology, or just hundreds of slaves that constructed the pyramids over many years, the construction of the Great Pyramids at Giza continue to astonish the hundreds of thousands that visit them each year, and remain a modern marvel of architecture, geometry, and one of the greatest achievements in Western civilization.